Hi, my name is Alex, and I want to thank everyone for coming to my demonstration speech. Today, I'm going to be sharing with everyone how to make an easy macaroni and cheese. Now, I want you to go ahead and ask yourself, what would Thanksgiving be without some mac and cheese? The answer to that is nothing. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to make the easiest mac and cheese to take to your next family function. Now, for this particular recipe, we're going to need 1.5 cups of noodles, about 2 cups of a cheese of your choice. I'm going to be using American cheese. We're going to need 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, 3 tablespoons of butter, and about 1.5 cups of whole milk. So we're going to fill up our pot about 2/3 of the way full with water. Now that we have our water, we're going to go ahead and put it on our pot and put the heat on high until it begins to boil. Now that our water has started to boil, I'm going to go ahead and add some salt to taste for the noodles. And stir that a little bit. And now we're going to go ahead and add our noodles. Now what you want to do is you want to make sure to stir the bottom to make sure that the noodles don't stick. And you want to stir throughout to make sure they're not sticking. Now while the noodles are cooking, we're going to go ahead and shred the cheese. And before we touch any of the food with our bare hands, make sure to wash your hands. And now we shred. And I would recommend to cut your cheese into larger chunks so it makes it easier to shred once the process starts. Yes, so I'm gonna go ahead and shred this, and then once the noodles are done cooking, we're gonna start to combine. All right, now once our noodles are finished, we're gonna go ahead and strain them. Now that our noodles are done, we're gonna go ahead and get started on the roux for our mac and cheese. So doing that, we're gonna add our 3 tablespoons of butter to the pot, and we're gonna let that melt. Now once our butter has melted, we're gonna go ahead and add the flour. Now we're gonna keep stirring this until we get to a nice, even brown color. Now once our roux has reached the desired color, which is this nice medium brown, we're gonna grab our milk and go ahead and incorporate the milk into the roux. And lower the heat a little bit alongside that to around 4. All right, now once our roux begins to boil, we're gonna start to add our cheese. So just slowly incorporate the cheese. And we're gonna mix it as we're adding it. And once again, guys, this is a very simple mac and cheese, you know. Definitely wouldn't present this in front of Gordon Ramsay or anything like that, but it does make a quick and easy meal for either you or your friends or for a nice family get-together. Overall, it's a pretty simple and nice recipe. All right, once our cheese has reached the desired consistency, like this, we're gonna go ahead and take it off of the pot and turn off the heat. Now we're gonna get ourselves a baking dish, which I promise is clean. And we're gonna go ahead and toss in our noodles. Make sure not to spill any. All right, so one thing I love about this recipe is it is completely up to you how much you wanna make. See, I've made about this many noodles, which is enough for me and my friend who's over at my house right now. So I'm only gonna put in enough cheese for the noodles that I've made, and then we can store away the rest of the cheese for later use. Let's go ahead and add it in, like so. Right, and we're just gonna stir this to see if we've added enough. I'm gonna add a little more to mine. All right, and we're gonna fully incorporate all of the cheese with the noodles, and then spread it across an even layer on the bottom of our baking dish. I know it's difficult for me to show you guys, but this is about what you want it to look like. Now we're gonna place this in our oven at about 300 degrees. All right, once your food's done, it should come out something like this. I like mine a little crispy. Cut it up, and voila, mac and cheese is served.